right. When's the last time you guys were in Bolivar?
Pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah, I've been here so many times.
Yeah, you're a little bit closer, yeah.
Several months.
As you know, I'm going to start again, but as you know, we're very early in this investigation, so we are quite limited in what we're able to say. I say that every time, but I do feel like I have to give that disclaimer because I know you will have many questions that I just won't be able to answer at this time. You good?
We know your first and last name. If you could just say it just in case.
Sure thing. My name is Kelly McAllister, Kelimc, capital Alister, and I'm a public information officer with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Everybody ready? Okay. I'm going to read this statement, and then I'll be glad to take any questions that you guys might have. At the request of 25th District Attorney General Mark Davidson, TBI special agents are investigating the circumstances leading to the shooting of a man during an interaction with officers with the Bolivar Police Department early Wednesday morning. Just before 6 a.m., correctional officers with the Hardeman County Sheriff's Office were outside the Hardeman County Justice Complex, which houses the Sheriff's Office and the jail located in the 500 block of South Main Street in Bolivar, when they were fired upon by an armed individual. 3 officers with the Bolivar Police Department quickly responded, but the gunman had fled the scene. However, he returned to the scene and, according to preliminary information, exited his vehicle while still armed and confronted the officers, resulting in the officers firing their service weapons and striking the individual. The armed individual has been identified as Andre Devon Murphy. His date of birth, 4/5/78, and he's from Tune. He was transported to a nearby hospital where he died from his injuries. No officers were injured in this incident. TBI agents continue to work independently to determine the series of events leading to the shooting, including collecting evidence and conducting interviews. Throughout the process, investigative findings will be shared with the District Attorney General for his review and consideration. TBI acts solely as fact finders in its cases and does not determine whether the actions of an officer were justified in these types of matters. That decision rests with the District Attorney General requesting TBI's involvement. The TBI does not identify officers involved in these types of incidents and instead refers questions of that nature to the respective departments to answer as it sees fit. And of course, any available updates we'll post to tbinewsroom.com.
Kelly, can you repeat the spelling of the name of the victim?
Yes.
I got Andre Devon Murphy, I believe.
Sure, his name is Andre Devon Murphy, the spelling Andra, Devon, Devon, common spelling on Murphy.
Andre?
A.
A.
Andra, Andre Murphy.
And birth date was in 70, birth I had 75, I heard.
4/5/78.
4/5/70.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I know it's still early in the investigation. Any motive or anything at this point? Why would this individual?
Of course, that is part of our investigation and something that we'll be looking into.
Do you know if he's of any relationship or any relation to anyone who works at the complex, or if he was a former employee?
That's not information that I have. I don't believe he's a former employee, but of course we'll be looking at all of those aspects in his history.
How many officers fired their weapons? And how
Well,
many officers were shot?
I can tell you that 3 officers with the Bolivar Police Department responded initially to this scene, and of course the number of officers who shot, that will be part of the investigation.
Any idea if this person was connected to anyone who was an inmate at the jail or any connection to the...
We're too early in the investigation to determine that, but we do know he is from Tune, which is not too far from here.
Where is he from?
Tune, Toone, it's just outside of Bolivar, a little bit further north in Hardeman County.
I heard you say that this person fired the shots and left and came back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's why the officer felt danger?
We can't speak to that right now. We just know that he did initially leave the scene but did return.
He drove off or what?
Well, he drove his vehicle, yes.
And so officers didn't fire shots until he came back.
Correct, because there was no offender on the scene, no one that was causing a threat at the time. When he returned to the scene, that's when things escalated.
And was the officers actually fired at?
Again, that's part of our investigation. That's something I couldn't
Unclear
speak to
at the
right now.
time.
Yeah. Any other?
Only gun on the officer.
He was armed. We do know he was armed. But as far as his actions, those are that whole scene of events is still under investigation.
Do you know what kind of weapons were armed with?
That's part of our investigation. I couldn't speak to that right now. Anybody else? All right. Thank you, guys.
What's next for you all this afternoon, or TBI?
Well, our investigators as well as our forensic scientists remain on the scene collecting evidence and completing interviews. So they'll be on the scene for quite some time. And then, of course, days and days to follow as far as the follow-up investigation.
So unclear how long this vicinity will be closed for.
I would guess for at least another couple of hours, maybe. Hopefully sooner, though. Yeah. All right, guys.
I know this is a common for you all, but what
Sure.
does it say just about the importance of the TBI's mission in this kind of situation of being requested and doing the work?
We're proud to serve the people of Tennessee. For us to get involved in an investigation like this, we have to be requested by the District Attorney General, and we're glad to serve our community in this way. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to email them tbi.media@tn.gov, and anything that I can update, I will put on our blog.
Do you anticipate any other camera and things
I
today?
don't foresee anything else that would warrant one at this point.
One more question. You
Sure.
probably answered this. How soon did he return? Was it minutes or?
We're not sure at this point, so that would be something that would be a part of our investigation. All right. Thanks, guys.
There you go.